defense was lights out tonight. What do you think of the effort, especially establishing that line of scrimmage?
Yeah, I mean, really, the guys have been doing a really good job. We spent some time in the summertime getting prepared for this week, knowing that it was going to be a short week, and they just really they flipped it around on Sunday and came off of last week and really had a good week of practice. And it didn't stop all the way up to the game and walkthroughs. Trust me, we used every single minute we had this week to get prepared. And from the beginning of the game all the way through, I mean, we saw about every single play action pass that we could have possibly saw too. So it wasn't just in the run game. But overall, really proud of the way the defense played.
3 touchdowns for Hank tonight. So what did you see out of him?
Same thing what he did in practice this week, and that's really what it comes down to is just trusting the preparation, taking what the defense gives you when things are there, take it. If they're not, then we got to move on to the next play. And just really proud of him for and really the offense in general, and him and Talon and the way they worked together this week to help the team get better, and obviously to be able to come out here and take care of the ball much better today and put some points on the board. And obviously there's still room to improve in certain areas on both sides of the ball and obviously on special teams.
You guys had 6 sacks tonight. What did you see out of those guys tonight that you maybe didn't see last week?
Well, number one, I think the defensive line did a really good job. Last week we got some pressure on the quarterback and caused a couple bad throws. Some of them turned into takeaways, and tonight we were just able to land on the quarterback.
You look at when it comes to Hank, and what have you seen about the support he's received from his teammates over the last week? And after that first touchdown, I mean, there are a dozen guys that went over and gave him a hug, and it felt like maybe a burden was a little taken off his shoulders, I guess.
I think it's just everyone's happy. Everyone's happy for him, happy for the team. I think everyone was extremely happy for Latrell. Let's not forget Latrell hasn't played, a lot of football, but he's done a really good job behind the scenes, and he deserves it and scored 2 touchdowns today. So what you saw there was just an indication of what was happening in practice throughout the week, and we just got to keep building on that and finding ways to keep getting better.
Rushing was better. Hank seemed to have more production. What do you think of the offensive line tonight?
Yeah, I mean, there's typically this defense does not give up very many rushing yards year in, year out. They're really good with a rush defense because of the multiple looks and the pressures and the different coverages that come with it. It's it's not an easy thing to handle in a regular week, let alone on a short week. And tip the hat to our offense coaches for being able to get our guys ready to go and identify things. We can. There's certainly areas we can get better in the execution. I felt like we were identifying things and knew exactly what was going on in the fronts. We just got to execute better.
Carlos gets a sack in the first play of the game. What kind of tone does that set for a game?
Yeah, there's no question. I mean, it's always about being able to pressure and confuse the quarterback. That always helps, especially, the amount of pass plays. Again, there was a lot of 7-man protection, 2-man routes, trying to protect the quarterback and create space on the outside, and the guys did a good job helping with the rush, and then obviously the secondary fending a lot of those off.
So some good and some bad on special teams, but that pump block and the touchdown there, how big was that?
It was huge, obviously. The opportunity, the guys wanted to go for it. They wanted to run the block, and they made the most of it. I believe it was Drew Simpson that blocked that thing, and the funny part about it is I don't know how many, he probably had like 3 blocks in spring ball too, and throughout camp has shown a unique ability to do that. So it was pretty cool for the guys. They were really excited. They've worked really hard on that. But obviously there's areas for improvement, and we'll look at those things and keep on working.
What does a win do overall? Just to be 1-1, have a win, get to go home for the home opener now, just the morale, momentum, everything. How's it feel to get a win?
Yeah, we accomplished our mission this week, to be 1-0, and so again, it started on Sunday when we got back and being able to flip the switch, and the staff did a really good job. Not just the coaches, but the trainers, the strength staff, everybody involved to get the team ready to play. I mean, the guys were pretty sore on Monday, but they fought through it. And Tuesday they looked even better, and then Wednesday they looked even better. So I'm really proud overall, and just really thankful for the staff's effort and obviously the players. And the amount of work and enthusiasm they had this week.
You mentioned Latrell. He had what, 4 catches in his career coming into this game. Finds the end zone twice. How good is it to see a young guy step up and contribute offensively, especially when you need a little bit of a spark?
Yeah, there's no doubt, man. He's shown, and in practice, now it's time to do it in games, that he has that type of play making capability, and so we're just really excited for him. We got to this is one game. We're going to celebrate what we did well in this game, but we got to be able to build off of it and move forward from here.
There were a lot of, end arounds, a couple, fly sweeps, different things like that. I mean, was that something that New Mexico's defense, was there opportunities there, or was there thoughts, and talks this week of, trying to get more creative and stuff with play calling?
Yeah, I mean, there's got to be some misdirection, especially with the amount of pressures they bring and stuff like that. I think it's always good. Here's the biggest thing: is a defense that pursues like that. There's opportunities if they over pursue to get them on misdirections.
No JL tonight. Alexander Tubner has massive shoes to fill, and it doesn't seem like you guys even skip a beat.
It's like last year when you guys asked how come someone else isn't playing, because he deserves to play because he's the best guy.
You guys talked all week about the guys responding this week. How did they respond in your opinion?
It was, again, they did an unbelievable job. The players committing to the things that we needed to get better at, and locking out all the outside noise and really sticking together, doing it for the man to the left and the right, and committing to what we said we wanted to be.
Do you expect JL back next week?
Yeah.
Ashton Genty obviously stepped up today. And
Yeah.
I know we ask every game, but he continues to show he deserves to be out there and make an impact.
Yeah, he did. He did a nice job. And you know what? Just scratching the surface, there's so much he's learning every opportunity he gets. He was better today than he was in his first opportunity. I'm sure there's things he learned from today that he'll even be better at next time. And I'll say this, that's the thing that, is exciting, is that I really feel in my heart like our team is committed to learning from each experience so that we can keep growing. The goal today was to get stronger throughout the course of the game, and I feel like we did that, and especially in the third quarter there, we were able to put some things together.
I'm going to ask you about Zeke real quick. Second game in a row, he stuffed the stat sheet. He had, a sack and a half, pass breakup, 4 tackles. What is it about his play that's allowed him to be so dynamic and be a playmaker early this season?
Well, I think, to play linebacker, it always helps to have a great D-line in front of you and guys that do their job, guys that create clean pictures so you could fit. But overall, I mean, Zeke is extremely consistent with what he does. In his preparation, there's a lot of preparation that goes into playing linebacker here at Boise State. There's a lot of responsibility that goes into it. Both him and DJ have shown to be very consistent with that. And I mean, Zeke was a part of 2 takeaways last week and was extremely productive today as well. Again, cool.
Okay, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Good? Latrell, to find the end zone twice, the first 2 times you've done it in your college career, how good did that feel?
It felt great. It was a blessing today to be out there with my guys and to get the dub, so that's really all that matters. But it was great to get the 2 touchdowns today, too.
Can you take us through each of them, begin with the first and then conclude with the second?
The first one, it was like a look we went over all week. If we see the Lobo sitting there, we strike him a little bit, give him a little Julian Edelman, a little juke route, and then get in. And the second one, unfortunately, Riley didn't bring his in, so we go through a package that we worked since the first week of fall camp. And they always tell me I got to get in there because it's going to be a short yardage play. So got in there, and it was easy. Thanks to the O-line and everybody out there blocking for me.
I know he wasn't perfect tonight, but what's to say about Hank to come back after getting pulled last week to have 3 touchdowns and lead the offense tonight?
It shows that how much of a fighter he is and how much we believe him as a team. For him to come out there and be able to, stick it to him and just keep playing, even with all the noise and all the outside noise, he comes out and keep playing. That's what we love about him.
He's such like a kind of a fun, gregarious guy. How much of an opportunity was it for you guys to kind of return that favor to him when he was a little down this week? And I noticed after your touchdown, I mean, there had been a dozen guys that went over and hugged Hank.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this week we just made sure we kept lifting them up, and whoever was throughout the week, we didn't even know who was going to come out here and get the start, but whoever it was, we just kept lifting both quarterbacks up, and he came out today and he played better than he did last week, and we're just going to keep improving by the week.
What did he show in practice this week that really impressed you after, what had to be a really tough weekend?
He showed that after all that and after all what happened week 1, that he can bounce back, and he showed his poise, and he showed, like I said, he's a fighter, and he keep doing that throughout the week. We're just going to keep getting better and better.
Latrell, it looked like kind of a slow start offensively again. Maybe after the third or fourth series, you guys kind of all got together on the sideline as an offense. I don't know if that's something you guys normally do or if it was a rallying point. Which was that?
We normally do that after every drive, but we keep rallying, we keep talking to each other, we keep telling each other that we need to get better every drive, and that's what we kept doing. Every drive we got the mindset that we got to score, we got to put points in the end zone. So, I mean, after every drive we do meet up like that, but
After last week, how good does it feel just to get this win?
it feels good. It feels good to be in the W category, no matter how it is, how it came. A win is a win. At the end of the day, we always tell ourselves we got to be 1-0 every week.
How about Cole Wright? He got a chance to make a play and he went up and made it.
Oh yeah, Cole Wright. He's a dude now. He came in with me. It was just me and him, the only two receivers in our class. And every day of practice, he shows that he's a dude. And he came out and he showed everybody else.
I'm assuming he knew that he might get an opportunity tonight. What was going through? What was he like this week, knowing that his time might finally come?
I mean, he's been playing football his whole life, so, I mean, he was calm. He didn't show that it was a difference for him because, I mean, it's football at the end of the day. It's a game we've been playing our whole life, so he prepared like the rest of us. He prepared like a starter. He came out there and he showed what he can really do.
How much easier is it on the offense when the defense is not giving up anything and making New Mexico go 3 and out every time?
Oh, it's so easy for us because, I mean, of course, we want to score every drive. I mean, that's our mindset. But if our defense is getting stops every time, if they got 0 points and we got 3, we win the game. So,
What was your vantage point on the punt block and that touchdown and your reaction?
I just knew we was going to end up with good field position, but we ended up blocking it and touchdown. And, hey, we didn't have to get on the field, put the defense back on it. They didn't give up a touchdown, so.
Well, Trill, how excited are you guys to get home and play on the blue?
Oh, we're so excited. We got a lot to prove. Every week we just gonna keep getting better, whether we're playing on the blue or red turf. We're excited. We're excited to come back to the blue and play in front of the great fans of Boise.
Zeke, how good did that defensive performance feel from start to finish?
Yeah, it was great. We prepared really well this week, and for the defense, there were a couple missed assignments we had, which is not okay, But as far as the defense, I feel like we played solid, so it was great.
Zeke, you've always been a pretty consistent guy when you've been on the field, but you got this playmaking dimension to your game this year, where sack and a half, forced fumble last week. Is that something you wanted to bring to this defense?
Yeah, we have our own goals we have every week, and some of that can be mine, And for me, a lot of it is the game slows down for me when I prepare the right way throughout the week, and that's been happening. So.
You guys had 6 sacks today. I mean, how much easier does it make everything else on defense when you're getting that kind of pressure on the quarterback?
Right, it's great, man. We always talk about the front end and the back end working together. It's a team sport, and pressure confuse the quarterback is one of our standards we have on defense, and we were able to do that today. So.
This is an offense that can easily rack up some rushing yards. What did you guys do to shut it down?
A lot of it was eye control. We know the offense that they had, it can be a little bit difficult as far as the triple option. This whole week we talked about doing our job, doing our 111th, and a lot of it was keys, and we were able to do that. So.
George Tarlis was a little quiet last week. We've heard he's been very productive in practice. Tonight he was very productive. Is that what you guys have been seeing out of him?
Yeah, George is great, man. He's a guy who really wants to do well for the team. He's a team player, and it showed a little bit today. So.
Defensively, just to have as many three and outs as you did in the first half, really shut them down. I mean, to set the tone early to help a struggling offense get going for you guys. How big was it for you guys to come out strong defensively?
Yeah, we talk about it all the time, starting fast, and we were able to do that today. So now the focus is just being consistent throughout the whole game. I know it can be overwhelming a little bit as far as the defensive side, but when it comes down, we're on that field. Like I said, we got to read our keys and react to what we see, and play hard and play fast, and we were able to do that today. So.
How much better you guys trust your instincts and your reads this week?
Right. It was a lot better for us. I feel like we prepared really well throughout the week, the whole defense. We honed in on a little bit of the more details we have, and really being detailed in our keys that we have, and reacting to what we see, and playing hard and playing fast. So.
Just in general, obviously a tough game last week. To rebound like this on a short week on the road and getting back in the win column, how's it feel?
Yeah. We had, like you said, we had a short week. So a lot of the guys, I feel like we responded well. We had to get right back to practice, getting ready for the short weekend. I feel like we responded well as far as, having practice throughout the weekend, showing it in the game today. So.
No JL, Alexander Tubner has massive shoes to fill, and it doesn't really seem like you guys even skip a beat. JL's, he's the best, but Alex does a pretty good job filling in, it seems like.
Yeah, Alex is great, man. He knows that the standard is the standard, and he can hold the standard as well when he gets out there, and the energy he brings as well, it's great for the whole defense. So.
I say he plays a little bit of a spirit.
Oh yeah, just the passion he has for the game, man. He loves it, and he knows that he needs to show it and spread it throughout the whole defense when he makes a play. So.
You guys excited to get home and play on the blue?
Definitely, man. Just these last 2 weeks, we're obviously away, and just getting back in front of our home crowd, man. Just excited for that. So.
Yeah, how about Herb Gums and Scott going in on that 4th and 1? Obviously, Herb might be a little new wrinkle to that this year. Yeah. Is that I know it's offense, but that fire you guys up when a couple of those D guys go over there and help out?
Man, it's fun. It's fun, man. For them to be able to help however they can, especially, if it's on offense, then so be it, And when it comes down to that short-yardage stuff, like, they're in there, and, it's great to see them out there.
Given some of the experience in front of, at the linebacker position, it's going to be tough for Andrew Simpson to see significant playing time. For him to make an impact on special teams, how cool is that to see?
Man, it's great to see. Obviously, with us linebackers, we want to make all the plays, man, on the field. Special teams are on defense, and for him to be able to do what he did on special teams, it was great to see, man. So.
To see your quarterback Hank respond the way he did, throw 3 touchdown passes tonight, you've obviously played with him for a while here. How nice was it to see that?
It's great, man. Hank's a great guy. He's a great teammate, and we know that Hank will get the work done. We all make mistakes, and Hank was the first one up to, hone in and really own up to his mistakes, and it showed today in the game and the preparation he had throughout the week. So.
Hank is kind of like that fun, gregarious guy. Yeah. Did you guys recognize that it might be your opportunity to kind of like repay that favor of whenever he's been that for you this week, since he's been a little down?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it is, man, we have the brotherhood we have on this team, on defense and offense and special teams all together. The brotherhood we have, man, we were all behind him. You know, obviously he's our teammate, man. He's our brother. So any way we can pick him up to, you know, for all of us to play together, and he really responded well to it. So.
Thanks, Steve.
Thank you.